that combo, he's probably winning short of there already being a dampening matrix in play or him holding one of his 2 grudges. And he's only got 4 cards on the sideboard there, 2 dampening matrix and 2 grudges that are going to stop an active combo, right?
Yeah.
Or probably mage in the main, so.
Because on top of that, like with the deck, like gamed like this deck is like it's gamed like it's built for game 1, like with the isolations in there. I mean, if he sides out that Dark Depths combo, sides out the 4 Hex Mages and the Rite of Consumption, and brings in the Death Marks and the Damnations.
Just to buy him enough time to go for the sword combo.
Exactly. I mean, the Dark Blast probably comes in too, because being able to hit those early...
I like Dark Blast a lot.
It seems really good.
Even
Hierarch is just so incredibly good. It's the only card in the deck that can kill, but it's just so incredibly good that getting ready to...
Even casting it on the upkeep to deal with the Pride Mage before you assemble your combo would be enough.
Yeah. And you never know against this deck, if you get into trouble late, you might find a need to off your own Dark Confidant, but hopefully you don't get into that spot. I don't know. Like, it seems to me like the way to go is to take out because you don't expect Sean to be taking out the isolations and the boom busts, which means if he goes and starts boom busting and is getting rid of a Dark Depths that you didn't side out, you don't care if you're not building for that combo anymore. I mean, it's possible you leave one Hex Mage in just so that you can still tutor up.
What about taking out Jace? Slower card in the matchup. The guy's usually going to have enough guys on board to.
Yeah.
Or Sean will usually have
I was
attackers.
thinking about that too. Like, I'm actually not sure how good Jace is in this matchup. The Boomerang is. I mean, you find that it becomes relevant a lot, but. I mean, how much would you be willing to spend the 4 mana and a card to unsummon something and effectively you're getting probably 4 or 5 life saved to yourself, a card back to their hand, and you may be sucking another card out of their hand if they have to use like a Lightning Bolt or a Lightning Helix. So you're paying 4 mana and you're getting a fairly large deal out of it, but it doesn't really further your goal any.
Talking about Jace here?
Yeah. It slows them down, and the question is, are you trying to provide them with a hiccup while you are assembling your combo, or would you rather be spending that mana because you have cheaper things and things that do more powerful things at the same cost? Like Damnation is just more powerful than Jace at the same spot, and the Death Marks are just significantly cheaper, which allows you to do other things like search. So it's possible this come out also.
Interestingly enough, I think Dark Confidant might be bad in the matchup post-board.
Post-board?
Yeah.
His matchup is actually really screwed up because, like, the whole idea of the post-board against Sudek with the Dark Depths is that they've got Dark Depths as inevitability and, like, can use things like Gatekeeper plus Jace or, like, blow up all their stuff and then use Gatekeeper plus Jace and win the game. But you can't do that because it's got Bust.
Right. And Blood Moon, which
and
they have some inevitability.
I don't think it's a good matchup for your trick. Like, I want your trick to win, but I don't think it is. Like, I was... For my PTQ, I was playtesting this matchup with AJ Soccer, and just, like, we couldn't figure out a way to beat it. I was playing Dark Depths, he was playing the Boombust deck, and just, like, I kept losing to it. Our best plan was to board in Chalice, because we thought they were running four range reviews, so that we could get their one-ofs. That is one way to sort of get them out.
Yeah.
But what Adam really needs here is quick 20/20 that can't be Temporal Isolation. The other annoying thing is that because damage no longer stacks, you can't do the Temporal Isolation trick, so it makes Temporal Isolation so much better. You can't...
As long as they can recast it, they can still save themselves.
You can't attack with your 20/20, have them put Temporal Isolation on it, then you put damage on the stack and bounce your own 20/20. Right. Still deals the 20 damage, doesn't get prevented. Can't do that anymore, so Temporal Isolation is so much better.
Yeah, it might be right for him to board out 4 Dark Confidants, actually. If he's leaving in Lightning Bolts and Helixes, he's burned anyway, since he doesn't have that many sideboard cards he wants to bring in, which he could just board out random creatures for his 4 hate cards, his 2 Ancient Grudges and 2 Dampening Matrix, keep in all his burn, add 2 Path to Exiles, so he's going to have 8 really good answers to Bob in the early game. Maybe your trick could level him here, board out his own Bobs, just have both combos, and just try to be the most consistent combo deck.
Yeah.
Game 2 with the Death Marks, just buy him a little bit of time and Damnations for the blowout.
Yeah, he doesn't really have a way to deal with the Damping Matrix. The Boomerang is really about it.
Yeah.
So if that sticks, it's going to cut off that side of the combo. But
maybe he even brings him to rest.
He still has that Rite of Consumption too. We can't overlook that card because of the fact that even with the Temporal Isolations and all of his answers, you just fling 20 damage at your opponents, and that's going to do it. So
It gets around the temporal isolation for his main deck card consumption.
Yeah.
Like it's such a miser's card,
yeah,
but
I mean the thing is
it seems
he's
pretty good.
he's got a lot of search in this deck. I mean, not a lot of search, but he's got like a significant amount of card drawing, and he does have the 4 muddles. So if he doesn't have to use the muddles to search up combo pieces, he might be able to use those to get the right to playing.
So how would you feel about like your chick boarding out 4 Confidant, 2 Jace, and the 1 Boomerang for 3 Deathmark, 2 Damnation, a Dark Blast, and either a Gatekeeper or a 5th like hand disruption card, 1 Duress? Or do you think you should just keep the Bobs, go down on one of the combos, and just keep mostly the sword combo and try to win with that?
Well, the problem is like the Gatekeeper Jace combo is actually really strong in this matchup. So it's you almost don't want to pull the Jaces out because, like, specifically for that interaction, because you're bringing in the second Gatekeeper.
And the rest of his sideboard is going to set up that interaction really well.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
being able to Deathmark some early guys or Damnation, sweep, and then Gatekeeper the very next guy.
All you're really trying to do is to limit the flow of creatures until you get a lock effectively put in place of some variety. Because it basically provides you a third lock to get your opponent with.
Right, a non-combo win condition
Exactly.
involving a pseudo combo with just Gatekeeper.
Yeah,
or
it's
Jace.
a semi-soft lock. Yeah.
See, like, yeah, okay. I was gonna talk about why I said that,
Oh.
which is like it's Passover, so like my family is an Orthodox Jew, so like I had 2 days where I couldn't do anything, so I got a copy of Chapin's book.
Yeah.
That Ben Bly was kind of forced me to buy, which like isn't the end of the world, and so I just read the entire thing in like a day. Just like
Fair enough.
I can't go for 2 reasons. One of the reasons is I'm Jewish. Second reason is I'll be in Japan.
That'll be fun.
I see.
So you think you guys all think that Sean is gonna win this and win the Grand Prix, and you're just gonna have to deal with another second place in these 400, 600 man tournaments, 800 man
I think
tournaments.
Looks like all the
chance.
signs
All these second place. At least it's better than getting second place in a 2-man tournament,
give
right?
him the advantage. But your chick could have a game plan. He could win. There's a way to win that match.
Let's see. Do you bring out... how many cards do we want to bring in? We want to bring in... We probably don't want to... Do we want to bring in the other Jace?
I like Jace just
I
all
like
the time.
I don't think you can go up to 4. Maybe on the draw, but on the play.
Yeah,
but not,
it's
not
going
on
up
the
to
draw.
3.
Yeah, or 3.
So we have the 3 Deathmarks and 2 Damnations that are definitely coming in. The other Gatekeeper is definitely coming in. So that's 6. It gives you 4 Dark Confidants to come out. Do you just trade out like the Slaughter Pact since you have much better removal
than
spells
Slaughter
coming
Pact?
in? Yeah.
Yes, Slaughter Pack's pretty rough.
Yeah.
Slaughter Pack could even kill you potentially if they have like a blood moon.
Exactly. Yeah. So you pull those out.
And Robert Garrison, then start. Please come to the different stage, please.
This is a curious one.
Another option is getting rid of some of the researches or thirst. A little bit slower card, but
That's true. I mean, it's also possible. What if you go down to I'm trying to think, like, if it was worth it to go down in the number of swords and boundaries that you've got. But those are your most consistent combo against the zoo. It's possible. I think the 4 Confidants and the Slaughter Pact are probably right to come out. And I think if we want to bring in the other Gatekeeper,
to try to combo that.
yeah. You probably don't bring in the other Jace. Like, you're fine with just the 2. You bring in one more Gatekeeper. And
If you want to keep Jace, you have to board out some of the either the combo or some of the card draw. So
Yeah.
maybe 2 research.
The thing is, I think it's only 1 card. 'Cause I don't think you bring in the Dark Blast. Actually, if you're with the Deathmarks, the Damnations, and the Gatekeeper, I don't think you have to bring in the second Jace or the third Jace either. I think you're fine with just running the 2. So you can probably go down to 2 research. And you definitely want to keep. You don't want to cut the thirst, but I think cutting down to 2 researches is probably right. and that'll give you 3 Deathmark, 2 Damnation, and a Gatekeeper to bring in.
Hey, Adam.
After cutting Bob.
Serious question. Have you ever lost a
Boomerang?
match of Magic in your life?
Leaving Boomerang. I can leave Boomerang. But
Listen, did you hear what he just said?
Robert?